Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker. I'm the head trader here, but I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the economic data, we'll go over some news, we'll do a market recap, and then we will look at the trading opportunities from today. So starting here on the economic data, we do have non-farm employment change come out here worse than expected at 145K with 200K expected. We also had ISM non-manufacturing PMI come out worse than expected here at 51.2 with 54.5 expected. And we did have crude oil inventories come out better than expected, down 3.739 mil with down 2.329 mil expected. And now looking at the calendar, tomorrow, Thursday, April 6th, we do get initial jobless claims. Now we'll look at some news. We did have the U.S. monthly trade deficit widen to 70.5 billion in February, up 1.9 from the previous month and higher than expected. And this is the monthly change in bank deposits, as you can see, just the largest decline in history. And this is the 10-year and 3-year treasury yield spreads, as you can see, pretty much getting down here to the most inverted that it has ever been. And this is the U.S. ISM manufacturing PMI, as you can see, coming down pretty low here. The last 3 times it has been this low, the U.S. economy was or was about to be in a recession. And we did have former President Trump come out and say our currency is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard. So, yeah. And here we have the spread of the NASDAQ 100 and the NASDAQ composite, which is 3,000 stocks. As you can see, the widest spread in history. And we did have Ukraine. We are the Secretary General of NATO state that their goal was for Ukraine to become a member of NATO. And we also had Mexico formally applying to join BRICS. So you can see all the alliances and lines getting drawn. It's pretty getting the geopolitical, like battle lines are being drawn. That's for sure. And we also have a combat Russian ship entering the port of Saudi Arabia for the first time in 10 years. So, yeah, now we'll look at the charts here. Starting in the debt market, we have the 10-year yield getting another red day here, getting more continuation to the downside, pulling into that lower extreme on the daily chart here, and wicking off that lower extreme on the weekly as well. So the dollar is pretty far down here, or the 10-year yield. Now we'll look at the dollar, getting a green day here in the dollar after wicking right off that midline. As you can see, it touching that not midline, but that lower extreme here to a T, getting a nice wick off that lower band here. Now we'll look at stocks. Red day here in stocks. If you remember yesterday's video and the day before that, I was talking about how we expected to see resistance up here. We really didn't get the pullback I was really thinking we would. It was just a really small day. Little hammer tail candle here, closing above March's high. Looking at crypto, we do have a green day here in crypto. In Bitcoin, we do have it touching the upper extreme here, getting extremely tight here on Bitcoin. So I would expect a move to either occur, tomorrow or Friday. XRP, we do have a green day with a large wick to the downside. So, yeah, getting up here and running into resistance here at these levels from Sunday and Monday here. Still above that upper extreme on the weekly chart. Now we'll look at commodities. Oil, red day here in oil, still sitting inside of this gap up range. Really no decisive move if it wants to come down and fill the gap or if we just want to keep exploding here. Gold's green day here and gold too, breaking through yesterday's highs, but still sitting up here kind of like a little doji candle. Really pushing up into this upper monthly extreme here. Silver, red day in silver after just getting this massive extension and break through this resistance here from January. Just kind of chilling out for a little bit here. Silver getting a red day. So now we'll look at the trading opportunities from today. We'll start with our volume analysis. As you can see, another super low volume day. Majority buying, but, we were red on the day. We can look at the 5-minute here. So let me zoom out a little more. So that was yesterday with that, pretty solid red day we got. And we opened up here, slight gap down, got a push, bounced up, rejection off of yesterday's lows, got a push to new lows on the day before just kind of bouncing, into the close and pretty much almost closing right where we opened. So that was that big hammer tail wick that we saw. Yeah, we can zoom out more. So, we did get a trade line VWAP cross to the downside here on the 30-minute off of yesterday's lows. With that trade line coming down as resistance here. And we were below that 1 hour 20 EMA. But we did pull down into this 2 hour 20 EMA, as you can see. Really bouncing off that lower extreme here on the weekly chart. Something I do want to point out here is that we do have the 15-minute bands pretty tight. We do get these 30-minute bands getting tighter. The 1 hour is trying to get tighter too. And you can see these 2 hour bands getting tighter too. So, we might consolidate up here, in this upper end of this daily range for a while before, some type of move happens. As you can see, we might consolidate just in this area for a bit before getting, this squeeze is going to fire here on the weekly chart. But when it comes to the trades, there really wasn't many good trades at all today. Today was super boring, really low volume. It is a holiday week, so, typically on holiday weeks, volume does die down. There was one trade that I liked. It was this squeeze right here, off this rejection with a trade line VWAP cross on the 30-minute to the downside on this rejection from yesterday's lows here. As you can see, just bouncing up and then getting a push to the downside. But yeah, we like these. I know we did have upward momentum, so I was being super patient on these. So you can see this this candle did turn red here, and I entered in the entry was right here the second this candle turned red. And so we did get short in here with some put options. We did have 406 strikes. And then we sold out, as soon as we got this push down to the lows. Because, we were in this trade for a couple minutes. This was a micro scout, basically. Because we can zoom back out here. As you can see, we had a really nice, bearish cross to the downside off of yesterday's lows. But, we had this 15-minute band down here. We had the 1 hour band. We had the 2 hour 20 EMA. So there was not a lot of room to the downside at all. So this was This was a really quick trade here on this squeeze to the downside. That was really the only one I liked. It could have been a better entry up here, getting that trade line VWAP cross off of yesterday's lows. But we had upward momentum here. So, yeah, when we have upward momentum, I am really cautious to get short. So I did wait till we got that first red bar. Not the best entry, but, it was a 20% gain from here down to here. Because we did break through that 406 level. And, yeah, took profit way down here at the lows. So it was like a 20% gain in, 2 minutes. It was a really, really short trade. But yeah, that was really the only trade I liked today. We can look at the relativity. As you can see here, the NASDAQ was much weaker. As you see, it just got a straight sell-off. Before then just kind of bouncing into the close. Not even that much of a bounce, just kind of sideways to upward chop here. So, yeah, really just kind of choppy day. We did get that downside at the open, but, after about halfway through the day, we just kind of reversed. So, really no good continuation or squeezes I want to talk about today because we did just get, a push down and then a reversal. So, not really any good patterns either, you can kind of draw this type of falling wedge here, which is pretty bullish, but, the Qs were so weak, and this is one of those days where, there's pretty big divergence here, right? See how much weaker the Qs were than the SPY. So, yeah, we typically try not to take a lot of risk if we are going to take a trade. That's why I bought very small size compared to what I usually buy, and then I was only in this trade for 2 minutes, where most trades I'm in for, a couple hours. So, yeah, there was really no other trades I wanted to talk about today. You didn't really have any good small cap movers. He didn't really have any, uh, blue chip stocks make any nice moves. Pfizer had a really big push up here, but it just kind of sold off into the close. Yeah, I mean, that was really it, Just really small day, really low volume here with, selling and buying, no real conviction to either side. So, yeah, pretty boring day. I might expect the rest of the week to be pretty boring too, but who really knows? But we do have that Good Friday on Friday with the stock market going to be closed. So, don't get too aggressive this week. Just kind of play it by ear. And yeah, just we'll see what happens. So appreciate y'all watching the video, and I will talk to y'all later.